Man,
Smoking
listen.
ash and smoke.
Hey,
I'm horny tall.
Ashy ankles with smoky
not the
knees.
ashy ankles.
Not the ashy ankles.
This is, what is this? What's sausage? I got
It's chicken sausage.
rice and beans in the house. Black beans,
Beans and rice and beans.
I'll be back.
I'm horny tall. E.L. Berkeley sliding out the door. We got Incognito 215 in the house. Of course, brother Icon always here doing iconic shit.
What up?
And I ain't no
We got DJ Speed Rock of Speed Rock Conglomerate. We have not gone public yet, but we own some undercover stock. Actually, we got the title to his car. We ain't telling nobody about it.
Shit, it's funny. That just came yesterday.
Damn, it took you that long to get a nut?
I just got a brand new car.
Damn, see?
He said yesterday.
I just got a brand new car.
You just got a brand new car?
Okay.
You got
Yeah,
credit?
that's
Who
good.
co-signed? Yo!
Ain't nobody
We got
co-signed.
Jen Smith back with us, which is a rare occasion that Jen Runner was this late. But she can't sleep, so neither can I. Jen Smith and me go back like forever. I had all black hair when Jen came in my life. She's part of the she's part of the resistance.
It's a step up in the orange.
Now every Batman, they say every Batman's got a Robin. I never had a Robin, but I've always had an Alfred. And Jennifer Smith has been my Alfred for 30 years. She's one of the only people that I've shown up to her door with a knife still in my back, literally. Not only did she pull it out, she stitched me up without even taking me to the ER. Jen is super glued me together. Jennifer has reset my rib cage. Jennifer has reset my right hand 4 times.
Go.
Jen
Go.
has rebuilt me when people were literally hunting me down. Shout out to Ram Squad. Jennifer has been with me since Max 1. She's been with me since my goth years. Jen has been with me through Fat Tuesdays, 190 octanes, and a ridiculous amount of tequila shots.
190 octane.
Remember that?
Wow.
Jennifer
I remember that.
has been with me
Wow. That
for
thing's back.
so long
Really
in this
back.
life that I can honestly say I do not remember my lifetime without Jen in it.
Jen introduced me to movies.
Jen took care of my sick mom before she passed.
Yeah.
And when I mean my mom didn't like anybody
Happy Mother's Day.
in her house.
Happy man.
She loved Jen as if Jen was everything. Now, Jen had a sister-ish person in her life named Jeannie. My mommy did not like Jeannie.
Nah.
She didn't like Jeannie at all. But had nothing but high praise for Jennifer. Jennifer took care of my mom when I still had to go out and do bad things to pay the bills. Jen is that friend. Jen is that friend that no matter what time of your life you look back at, you don't remember y'all really not having a relationship. And weirdly enough in our life, we had a couple years where we didn't talk. Not because of anything bad. It's just like life too much. And,
Life.
you know, at 12 o'clock, at 12:04, I'm going to say this to Jen. That wasn't your fault, that was mine. Jennifer Smith, I was going through a dark time in my life at that time we weren't talking. I was being a lot better than I wanted to take you down that path. After you stuck by our family until mom passed, my life got a lot darker, and I couldn't take you with me. Respectfully, I Batman too much. You know who I was running with, and the people I was running for, and my biggest fear that they would have found out about you and hurt you. As cartoonish that might sound, you know enough about my life to know that's true. So, shout out to Jen Smith, one of the coolest friends in my life. One of the most I think I only had maybe 2 friends that predate Jen. I think that would be Chink Howard and actually that's it. Jen, you are literally the second long. Oh, no. I got you beat. It's Chink Howard.
Rice and beans.
It's Bobby Cruz, and it's you. That's it. Y'all have been the only parts of my life that I don't remember not having.
Okay.
Look,
Speed, turn a timer over. E.L. Berkeley,
We're not on that time because
we're
we're not going full
not going to go to
blast.
full
Yeah.
blast tonight.
So we got the back clock.
You know, E.L. came back with all kinds of tasty treats.
That's Double D's Delight.
The one weekend that I don't make no cake.
Icon is doing Icon
Listen,
shit already. He
we all-
already set
we all
himself
gotta take
up.
a sugar break.
And
This right
Speed Rock is living his best life.
I'm tempted to go in there and whip up something real quick.
You know, here's the fun part.
Oh, this.
Incognito
Yeah.
215 has been, fortunately, weirdly enough,
Yo,
he's been in our lives
yo.
for a very long time.
Like this, when I tell y'all, I'm having such a moment right now. I'm
in the
really,
bodega with that right now.
Oh, yeah.
And the cool part about that is,
I'm really trying to keep it very.
often in our life, there are people who pass in and out, that we remember them fondly, but then we just never reconnect with these people.
You got
Life be life.
You know, and life be life.
Right, life be life.
You know, I'm not a religious person, but I try to believe that at times the higher power, the grand architect of all things,
Man,
has a way of realigning things to put
not
people
yours.
who should be on the same path on the same path. Because the world is very rough alone.
Come on.
If you out in this world with no friends, no support, no backup, this world get crazy rough. You know, I got blessed with a brother that I didn't even realize he was going through things, but just God said, hey, ask 2-3 questions and aligned us.
That's crazy.
The fun part about that alignment was as a uncle passed on to another journey, he filled in and took the weight off of the damage it would have done to my daughter. And the fun part in my heart was I didn't have to say a word. She saw it. She self-corrected. So he was such a good uncle coming in that my daughter self-corrected without help.
Mm-hmm.
And then told us what the deal was.
Yeah.
That's Uncle Icon. She made it clear to us she accepted him
Yeah.
as uncle. Now, as her father, I made sure I pulled Uncle Icon aside and said, do you want this title? Because he may not have wanted it bestowed on him. I never wanted to put a title on somebody who didn't want it.
Right.
Because if things go wrong, the statement would be, I didn't want this shit anyway.
Right. And then now you're
I hated that
Doubly
statement
hurt.
because I think that statement is very dangerous. Because the truth is, when a person says that, the truth is they're not lying. If they didn't ask for it, they didn't accept it, how dare someone put it on them?
right.
And like I started out the last segment, you know, there are certain titles that carry deep weight.
Right.
Uncle, brother, especially when you're not blood.
Yeah.
You know, and in the black community, we say words like, that's my cousin.
Right.
That's our way of saying, messing with them is messing with me. I'm all in.
Because even if this ain't your twist, like the Bible says, a friend is greater than a brother. Why? Because there's no obligation. There's no blood tie. There's no blood tie.
And it's deeper because, on my flip side, what she just said, you know, we say that to our brothers in arms. We're in the service. But the thing is, when we're in uniform and we call each other brother, it's some underlying issues with that. Why? Neither one of us wants to die here. So even though and then the question is, would you still be brothers if you took the uniforms off and you weren't here?
No, that's the
Sometimes the answer is no.
Right.
You know, sometimes you go, no, we was just tight because we was behind the line. You know, we were both in Iraq together. He didn't want to die. I didn't want to die. We got tight.
Right. I'm gonna
Then,
go back home and be
then we
racist.
got all home. We got home. We got out our uniform. That brother went back to Texas. I went back to Philly. And all of a sudden, I was a nigga again. Like, we weren't a nigga the whole 2 years we was in. Because he knew that if anything went wrong, I had his back. But then he realized he had to go back to his world where he wanted to be who he was.
But shout out to Bobby Cruz though.
Let me take this testimony moment. Bobby Cruz. The year is 1989. This is a white brother from Kentucky. I'm a brother from Philly. He didn't have any real contact with blacks. I had went to Catholic school, so I had nothing but contacts with whites. We got cool. We started talking, and then one day over a pack of stolen Kool-Aid and some sugar. We had a long conversation just about us and our colors of skin and what we believed in. He already knew what woman he was going to marry at that year. Fresh out of high school, in basic training, Fort Dix. I was in a bad relationship times 2. I had a baby on the way, a girlfriend who was about to become a lesbian, and another one that didn't want nothing to do with me once we got out the service. I was completely buffooned and stupid. Me and Bobby stayed friends after the uniform. He was my buddy. We had conversations. We still talk to this day. When we got together on social media, some of his friends try to come at me on the racist tip, and Bobby Cruz, a white Kentuckian, was like, yeah, that don't apply to him. Wouldn't let him come at me. Now, I saw his friends come at him. He held his ground. That's not who he is. And one particular one tried to come after my IQ, and Bobby said, no, he's got nothing but 12 years at Catholic school. They tried to come after my background. No, his mom was a nurse. Like, he knew so much about my family that when he met my mom, he called her mom. That was love for me. So I think sometimes, and I preach this statement because I totally, completely believe racism is convenience. You're a racist because it's convenient for you. When the numbers ain't on your side, you don't have a problem with being around colors. Because if they feed you, they love you, because black people will let you into their community if you come right. Mm-hmm. That's not so in every other community. I do bodyguard work for a certain man. I won't say his name on air, but he's not the richest dude on his block.
It's actually a black.
The richest people on his block are all black.
Yeah, it was hilarious. It's a family.
The mansions of these homes are black. He's not the richest on the block. But if you ask who the neighbors were, it's almost funny because you don't know any of these black people's names. Of their wealth is so great. You know his name because of what he do. You know his neighbor's name because of what he did. But you would never know who the black people, what they do to make the money that put them in that neighborhood. Mm-hmm. And I mean, when I'm talking about their houses are vastly bigger than the named ones, it's almost funny.
And you could put their house in there.
You could take some of the people I work for homes and put it in their backyard and still have plenty of room.
That's just for the first house.
Right. We don't speak of these. Good people are good people.
I have a
true story. It's always funny how society tricks us into believing that I should inherently have a problem with you just because of your look. I ain't got to know nothing about your background. I've been told that if I see 3 of you coming down the street, I should cross the street. I've been told that, man, you don't want to get caught down there at the dark. And then we inherently believe, maybe I shouldn't get caught down there at the dark. We don't even test the theory. Someone told us. A lot of our white brothers and sisters believe black people are the problem. Why? Somebody told them. But then they come to the barbecue and go, yo, the food was amazing. Everybody showed me love. There was fresh cake and pies everywhere. I was dancing with all the sisters. Next day of your life, you're thinking, maybe they're not so bad. But my battle buddy, Bobby Cruz, we didn't have that problem at all.
You know what word I have on that?
What word you have?
This is the book that in college I started writing spoken word in. But just this year, I wrote one word at the front of this book, and its definition. And it's integrity. The quality of being honest and having strong moral principles, moral uprightness. Right. And mind you, this doesn't say anything about religion.
Religion is
it just says the quality of being honest and having strong moral principles, moral uprightness. And one of the things that it doesn't cost anything to be kind. It doesn't cost anything to be
Kindness is free.
I don't have to agree with all of your moral principles. What I have to give you, though, is free. I'm trying to figure out where did people just. Most people went to kindergarten. Most of the life's basic principles you learn in kindergarten.
And we don't accept that. Why? Because we've been tricked to believe that once you become an adult,
Right.
All that goes
It's
in
an option.
Right.
Right.
It was kindergarten is foundational. It's foundation.
we've been reprogrammed
Right.
mid-age to believe that the things that we have been doing from kindergarten up is childish. Why do you trust him? That's childish. What reason did he give you to trust him? That's childish.
Instead of what reason did he give you not? My favorite professor in college, Dr. Niles Gray, taught social issues in America. Deep class. Awesome dude. Started the first day of the semester, said, hey, everyone in here already has an A. And you see, we freshmen looking around at each other. Now I'm sitting in the front because that's how I was taught. I'm sitting in the front, and I started getting a little grin on my face because I understand where he's going. I was raised a little different, so I understand where he's going. Everybody's looking confused.
You know.
He said, "You've got it, everybody. You've got an A. What's your name? Johnny. Johnny, where are you from? Voorhees. Cool. Where are you from? Salima. Salima in the back. Where are you from? Sierra Leone. You got an A. It's up to you to keep it."
And see, that same line goes about trust.
Right.
When you come into my life, I take the time to try to vet you. We have some good conversations. At some point, I say, hey, no, you got to see that the table.
Young Squad says, you sleep?
Yo, right? He could be sleeping.
He look
back.
dip right now, don't he?
Right.
He look like he kind of dip right now.
He be dipping. He be dipping. Well, especially as he get finished eating.
Look, everybody here past 40, you're going to dip at some point.
Oh, hell yeah.
The silliness
Look,
of
number one, I got medical issues, and we all
He
know
got
that.
Yeah, true.
the silliness of that statement that I think is funny is
That's why I keep my hat.
if you come into our circle, I have a statement. I accept who you are when you come into the circle. I'm not accepting who you were 20 years ago. I'm not going to accept who you were 30 years ago because everybody was a different person 30 years ago to some extent.
Yes,
The moment you show up at the circle, your only obligation to me is to be who you said you were going to be. So if you say, hey, I'm a man on my own journey, I'm trying to find God, I'm on my road to redemption, I'm looking for friends.
Right, Squad.
I hold you to that standard, and I hold your feet to the fire when I see you come off that statement.
Squad said there's no relationship or friendship without trust.
Right. And the thing is, a lot of people have friendships that they'll tell you in a conversation, I don't trust them like that. That's my
Then-
boys. But I don't trust them
Then
like
you're
that.
not friends.
So my question still is always, how are they holding that statement?
That differentiates because it's just like like you got somebody that you walk through the fire with, but they may have had some type of outside interference where they start moving different. Now you got love for them, but you can see where they may have shifted. It may not be directed towards you, but you may start reserving yourself just to make sure you don't get caught up in the pivot.
I don't stand
And
on
that's
it.
why I said it's a
I hear
double-edged
you.
sword.
I hear you,
what
but
you're
I
trying to
can't.
say.
I hear what you're saying, but I can't stand on it. Because my question is, the moment I see you moving differently,
As your brother, I'm stepping in.
I had to do two things with that.
Right.
One, I pull you aside,
Right.
me
Yes,
and
you
you
did.
talk,
Right.
Yeah.
and you say, hey, Tom, what's up? I'm going through this X, Y, and Z.
Right.
I don't want to mess with our friendship.
Right.
But I got to step back because I don't want to harm what you got. That's brotherhood.
Right.
Now, on that level, I make a decision.
Right.
Hey, you know what? I hear you. And thank you for coming to me with that.
And now I know where
One,
you
I know
can't
ain't-
go.
I know that you understand the protection of the circle.
Mm-hmm.
The flip side of that coin for me, because of who I am, I say to you, I still extend my protection over you.
Right.
But me and you gotta move a little different.
Right.
Because I still got your back. But we can't let this get to the trial.
That's what basically just said. But okay.
But see, I guess here's
I
the
may
thing.
have.
Here's the
Maybe I
point.
can do
Here's
it.
the point you didn't put in the conversation you supposed to have with your brother.
Mm-hmm.
Because I might see you acting different, but since you never came to me, I'm now going to EL and go, EL. Speed ain't acting right. I think we might have to cut that brother off. Wow. He said shit to me. He said,
Right. The conversation piece
Right.
is
Since the
important.
conversation didn't happen,
Right.
now I gotta wonder if you might become an enemy of the tribe.
Right.
Because
Yeah,
every
but that's
now
why I
and
said
then
it
we
was
see.
double-edged sword because it may have been something that couldn't have been addressed at that immediate moment.
But the purpose,
Just like if I'm going through something that, just for instance, just that, if I don't bring to you if I'm going through something at home, but something at home is so diabolical that I can't sit there and put it on the forefront. There, like I said, double-edged sword. There's
But you said at
gravitational
the
skill.
moment, which means that at some point the conversation's still gonna happen.
Yeah, but
Something-
you still,
but that's-
but things may happen where the conversation may not happen because there might be an 86 situation at home. You know what I mean? Shit might get deep. You might never get to the conversation because whatever happens in the foreground. So just keeping a keen eye on it basically helps you differentiate because you know that person's character from the rip.
here's,
That's all I'm saying.
now hold it. Now here's my only counterbalance to that.
All right.
That's how I would have thought about a situation in my 30s. In my current lifestyle and my life.
In your 60s?
Well, I'm past my mid 50s. See,
Sure.
when I was in my 30s, I could have said what you just said because my attitude would have been, well, I don't really have that much to lose because I'm in my 30s. I'm not with child and wife and all that. Once you have more people in your circle who are more akin to be hurt, I have to move differently. You got to move differently too because you're not a 30-year-old Speed Rock. You're an older, wiser Speed Rock. You should know who your squad is at this point. Because once you get to a certain point, you should know who you're running with.
Right.
Like, you can come to me and tell me shit that you would have told me when you was 30. You'd have held that shit to the vest. Because you'd be like, I can't let brothers know I'm going through this. They might see me as weak, or they might see me as vulnerable. But once you get to a certain age with your squad, you should be able to go, Tom, X, Y, Z. My job at that point is to go, hey, what you need me for? What you need me to do? How can I cover you? I just need you to lay back and know that if I don't call you here, if I'm going through some shit and you don't hear from me, I'm handling business. Okay, cool. Now that I know that, hit me up once or twice a week. Let me know you tight. You ain't gotta say much. Send me a text saying, yo, I'm still tight. Or me, you'll work something out. Just send me a 143. That tell me, yo, I'm sorry, I still can't talk to you yet,
Right.
but I'm tight.
It's some type of communication.
Because what happens is,
Genesis 4:9.
I think when we fall apart as
My
men,
brother's keeper.
we forget that the tribe, the village survives
I'm still having very
when we
very
have
much
conversation.
emotional-
when there's communication. The conversation I've had with Icon in the last couple months, I haven't had conversations like that since
So,
Cruise.
yeah.
Well, me and him just, yo, what you need? What
Now-
can I do?
Now, Squad says, but some people thrive off other people's misery, and like they utilize their downfalls as conversation pieces.
And eject them immediately.
And- right.
Cut them out like a cancer. Just take the
Right.
scalpel, cut them out. Why?
Cancel culture.
Because
Right.
the worst part of us, and particularly because I've never been a woman, I can only speak from a man's standpoint. Men, yo, I'd be an ugly ass woman.
Woo.
Speaking from, as men, what gets us into most trouble is that we keep treading in the deeper water because we're afraid to let somebody know we're going into deeper water. And then when we start realizing it's getting neck deep, we don't want our brothers to know we're neck deep because we don't want them to criticize us for getting this deep. So we keep doggy paddling, just treading water until the day we're too tired we can't tread. Then we start thinking about things that some people would go, that's stupid. Why would you consider the suicide list? Because I'm so deep and so embarrassed right now.
Right.
And I'm afraid to throw the SOS out because I don't want my brothers to go, well, how stupid can you be to get that deep? But if we really trusted our brothers the way we should, because we vetted them, we looked at their history,
Right.
and we had brothers that we knew, we trusted, at any point during that travel, I can go, dog, I might have fucked up. What happened? I went too deep. What you gonna do? I need to talk to somebody. And you should be able to trust that brother to show up when you hit and go, what's up?
Good.
And then y'all work that shit out. And maybe that brother might call another brother and go, yo, bro, Icon Speed, I need y'all to meet me over at the cave. What's up? We got a brother in trouble. Now there's 4 minds working on this problem instead of you by yourself. And sometimes all it takes is to have one brother with you to go, I'm going to just tread water with you for a little bit. Maybe we'll see some dry land, get an idea together.
Because guess what?
You know-
Trent Water is still fighting.
You know, sometimes it is difficult as a man. Sometimes it is difficult to express yourself or to open up and be vulnerable to the point where you're sharing what you're going through, because although you may have vetted people, to your initial point earlier in the conversation, who you are today is different than who you were yesterday. And sometimes out of that obligatory relationship of you being family, or you being a brother, or you being someone who was a battle buddy and y'all was in the trenches together, so now you have that obligatory relationship where you still my man, but you looking at me different.
Right.
Your life,
Right.
your life been lifing. Maybe I'm gonna come up, and now you looking at me like, yo, like how come he gonna come up and my joint?
The
You know what I'm saying?
perception is changed.
Their perception has changed.
Right.
And what happens is sometimes our experience as men is that we run into a situation where people will weaponize the information that they hear from us.
Say it.
And so you open your mouth because you're being vulnerable, and you open your mouth because you need assistance. And as a man, we don't like to ask for help in the first place, but once you do open your mouth and ask for help, then somebody that you trust or know weaponizes that information or does something to whether intentionally harm you or adversely harm you or some other type of situation. And then as a man, and then you got the culture aspect where people look at, oh, you a punk, man, you just need to man up.
Right.
Well, see, I guess that's why I keep saying, what you said was tight. Where my hiccup comes in is, I think we still use a lot of our young trauma to keep justifying our current trauma.
Okay.
For instance, what you just said,
Okay.
how we would have vetted somebody in our 20s and 30s
Should not
be
be the
how we're vetting them now.
Right.
Okay.
We haven't
Okay.
updated. We ain't done the
didn't
software update.
we did not upgrade our program.
Yeah.
I got you.
Okay.
I feel
Like,
that.
when I have conversations with
Alright.
Brother Icon, I have a tendency to tell him, look, I'm still on a path of growth.
Right.
And I say it because I believe too often as men, we hope that we understand each other without saying the words. And I think that's a flaw.
Absolutely.
Because until you say it, there's always that gap of misunderstanding.
And Squad says there should never be a point in time where anybody jokes about somebody's mental health or, quote, use it as making light of the situation.
Correct.
Now,
Facts.
what Young Swad said
Big fact.
is great until you have a friend like me. And I take full responsibility for my lack of responsibility. Well,
We
look,
were serious. We were serious.
no,
He about to take the left in Albuquerque.
I'm still very serious about what I'm saying.
I know, but you still about to make the
No,
left.
I'm not. It's not even the left. I just think that you have to know your circle
Right.
of men.
Fact.
Like, I see how you approach certain things, that how I approach. Like, what you just said instantly in this moment. I said, I hear you, but here's my statement on this. And you said, oh, here we go. Because you've been
Because I
around.
know you,
But you also
because I
know
know
me
you.
enough to know that if you told me you was jacked up, I'm coming.
True.
If you told me you needed somewhere to crash and vent, I'd say deal. I'm going to listen
Right.
to you.
Like, I'm trying not to be a 22 right now.
I'm
I
going
need-
to run with you. You know, at some point in that conversation, I'm going to look at you and go, all right, Speed, are we done crying?
What's the plan?
Can
Right.
we get off this bullshit and figure out a plan? Now, Icon might look at that whole situation and take it a whole different direction because of his seriousness ability to stay cool on a certain situation.
Cool in the game.
Right. He might look at you, hear all your whole shit, just go, cool again. I hear you. Now, that might be sufficient for you to hear a brother say cool again. I'm gonna look at this shit and go, Cooler Gang, what the fuck does that fuck mean for me right now?
Yeah.
I'm still a fucking Bell and Weller. My life is still fucked up. My mind is jacked. And you just said, Cooler Gang. Fuck that. How's that fuck out me here?
You said bottom
Cool in the game. Now, now he just said cool the gang and you sitting there with the big question mark floating in the cloud over your head. What the fuck does that mean? Now you come to me with the same shit and I'm gonna listen to you and I'm gonna look at you and go, nah, I heard you.
But like you said, it's about knowing your.
You gotta know your squad.
Right.
Like there's certain conversations I know I can have with Icon because I know he gonna look at me and go, true. I hear you. I see you. And I see that you're trying to be X, Y, Z. Then I know that if I come at you, if I go to my boy Mendoza and tell him the same shit, he's gonna look at me and go, "Oh, seriously? Perfect, really? You got this. You've been had this. You just didn't even realize you won the game yet. You still playing like you 20 points behind. You don't get your little ass in there and shut the fuck up again and continue winning." And I look at it when he say shit to me, I go, "I ain't see none of that. I don't see nothing he talking about." But he been in my life so long, and he's seen where I've been to where I'm at. His answer is always, "Really? Like, nigga, seriously? Are we having this conversation and you still think you behind?" And then he'll run the gauntlet of everything he's watched me do and go, "How do you still think you losing?" And I'll look at him and go, "I got brothers in trouble. I can't save. I got a daughter. I can't pay for her future yet." And he'll sit there and go, "Yeah, but bruh, it's not like you haven't figured out the cure to fixing this shit out. I've been watching you from behind and then just take all the shit in one hit. You got this." But that's a different conversation I'm going to have with Mark. So when you come to me and you say certain shit, I'm going to give you so much leeway to vet before I go, "Okay, I hear you. What the fuck we doing?
Right.
What you need me to do to cross the win this?" Now, you might go, "Why is it just so easy?" But I also realize there's certain, and when I say this, I mean this in a respectful way. This is not me trying to go off track. I think men have moments of female energy that we don't accept. Like when I hear a woman say, watch this. When I hear a woman say to me, "How is this going to help me out right now?"
Right.
I hear, in my mind, that woman hasn't realized the extent of energy I'm about to put forth to fix her problem. When you say that to a brother, he does not accept the fact that that's his moment where he's got to accept the fact that you may have a friend in the game who's willing to go the extra mile for you.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
See, men don't accept the fact that another man will go the extra mile for them.
Right.
When a woman says, "Okay, I heard all that, but how is this going to fix my car? Tomorrow morning, I'm going to make 3 phone calls. Your car going to be fixed. Just let me handle it. Fall back and let me take the lead." When a man says it, it's almost like the man can accept that another man will lead for him. I hear you. Step back. Let me make some phone calls on your behalf. Man, why would you do that, man? I'm a grown-ass man. I don't need nobody pulling my weight for me.
Do you need the move made or what?
Right. That's the female energy that men don't accept it when they hear it. Because we think that statement sounds too feminine. Why would I let another man lead for me?
Well, that's because I think that's, again, a cultural thing. Because we're taught that we have to be our own man, stand our own 2 feet. We got, don't rely on nobody else to do nothing for you.
But it comes to the point where you bumped your head.
To the point where you bump your head.
And then the thing is, as men, we will bump our head, realize we've bumped our head, and then bump our head the same exact place. We just bumped our head.
Yep.
And then at some point, you bumped your head.
I'm woozy.
Right. You've done it so often, you are now officially woozy and depressed.
And fulfilling the definition of insanity.
Because you now said, "I have hit this thing with everything I've gotten. Nothing has moved. I'm now depressed. I need help.
Right.
I don't want to tell other brothers I need help.
I've
Because
done it to
someone
myself.
might roll up into me and go, 'It really wasn't that deep, dog. Let me just turn these 2 knobs and go through the John with the door.'"
Right.
But you don't want a brother to figure it out too fast for you because then it makes you question your manhood. How did he just roll up and fix
And
my
you
mouth?
still looking at that knot in your head.
Right.
I hadn't just
But
said.
see, and therein lies why
Life-
we as men
Life
get
that
jacked
snatched the
up.
knot in your head.
That's why we're tore up as men.
Listen.
That's why we commit suicide. Because we don't accept the fact that maybe we got a few brothers in our circle who will look at our situation and go, "Why don't you just fall back and let me lead on this one?" And I'm
That's
not,
rare.
and that's not me crushing your manhood.
No.
I'm not coming at your neck. I'm just saying I see the problem you're at, and for me, this isn't the problem. This isn't a big problem for me.
And you know what? I'm actually a little surprised that a military man that's used to having a squad. Okay, this is Alpha, this is Bravo, would have a problem with that on the outside if you have a squad that you vetted. Like, you know what? Yeah, you know what? I know I'm used to being Bravo 1, but I'm going to have to, divert to Bravo 2 right now because this is his.
What you just said is here we go. You about to go right where I'm going to go with it. So you know what? So I don't seem like that dude, Brother Icon.
And like,
It depends on
And say it out loud. So
it depends on the situation of the squad.
Yeah.
I went through that. And when I saw it with my own eyes, my family didn't even matter.
right.
I got shot. I seen people move without being told to move. Bang, 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 bang. Everybody did their thing. Now I married this person. We supposed to be in it to win it.
Right.
No. So I can't go Bravo 1, Bravo 2, Bravo. This is my team right here. I seen how it is. We rumbling
Right.
till it's over. And when I mean over, I mean
Yeah,
over.
over.
My soul is even gone. My flesh is gone, but my soul is gone. Do you know what I'm saying?
Man.
Now, when my soul decides that, I'm done. Before you get done finding another soul, before I can accept you. Period. Because in my life, from what I went through, I gave too many people too many options.
Say it again.
and you gave them too much. You gave them a title.
And
See, when you said
they didn't
military,
deserve it.
that's a
They didn't deserve it.
that's a
Right.
trick question.
Okay.
Because see, in our relationship, I can talk to him a certain way and he get it. So when I sit there and say, yes, in this house I'm Bravo 1, my wife is Bravo 2. But then God gifted me with a Bravo 3 in-house.
Right.
Now, if he wasn't in-house, I would have to figure out who my Bravo 3 would be. And that person would have to be able to interact with Bravo 2 to become Bravo 3 to protect onboard Bravo 4.
Right.
Because it's a team.
Yeah.
Correct.
But you got to understand your position and what your capabilities are to hold that position. Because there is a time where Bravo 2, which would be you, would defer to Bravo 3.
Right.
Hey, listen, I really don't know how to play this. Try to get X, Y, and Z, but, Bravo 1 is not here. I've empowered him to be Bravo 3. Me and him talk.
Right.
In case I'm on this,
Right.
I need you to step up and be that. He's got to say to himself, I'm on it. We had that conversation in the first part of our show. He's got to set the position.
Right, right.
Because if I make a Bravo 3 and then they go down, he go, oh, nigga, I ain't with all this. I ain't signing for this bullshit.
That's some bitch
This
ass.
ain't my kid. That's not my wife.
Right? Right?
I'm in here living. I'm the position has to be held with the understanding that you can hold that position.
Right. But then my question. But did you understand my question?
I did.
Okay.
For that position to be fulfilled, that person has to be capable. I think sometimes we put position on people who aren't capable.
Or equipped.
And there are people who have a mentality
Right.
that they believe they're capable, but not equipped.
Right.
Not emotionally equipped at all.
Right.
The pressure going hit, they're gonna be like,
Oh, like the
They
what-
shooting!
Like
right. I was okay up until the moment
until I got punched in my mouth.
until
Oh yeah, I'm a fight. I'm going into.
everybody can fight to the moment they
Everybody
get
got a
punched in the mouth.
plan until they get punched
Until
in
they
the
get
mouth.
punched in the mouth.
Bless you, Mike Tyson.
I'm a golden glove
Yes.
cuff.
Yes.
Maybe it's not so much right now.
Yeah.
Well, when I was in the service, I was special forces, and dude, you 400 pounds overweight, your feet hurt, and you talking about what you was 30 years ago.
You were not equipped.
What you
not
are
capable.
not equipped now.
Sometimes the military can be a curse.
Right.
I would say that we need people
We.
like y'all that didn't have that perspective. Because what I always do,
moth and grenade.
If there's an issue, I'm blowing up everything.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. That's all I got.
Yeah.
And all you had to do is use a fly swatter.
Right.
But I still killed the fly.
You
Right?
could have been more precise.
No,
Right.
nope. I killed the fly, right?
You're not surgical
I
at
didn't
all.
ask you that. I killed the fly, right?
You killed
And,
the fly.
and all
okay.
the collateral damage.
And-
All the
Yeah.
collateral
Right.
I
damage.
don't care about that. But
Right.
because I have y'all,
Right.
Right.
now I can talk to y'all
Right.
and get perspectives. And now I can. We have to be truthful to ourselves, military guys. We really do, because we're in this. You gotta remember, 24/7. We in this.
Right.
We in
We
this.
forget
Right.
Where we
the
are sometimes.
outside world don't even
It
matter.
doesn't exist. It
Even
doesn't-
when you
right,
come
right,
outside the gate,
Right.
and then
You know
try to
what?
reapply.
we travel as packs.
Yeah.
Because one, you gotta remember we're in a different state, maybe in a
Okay.
different
Good
country.
night, Jen. See well.
You know what I mean?
Good night,
Thank you for
Larry.
joining us again. If you can't sleep, you
If,
might still be
I'm,
here.
if he's in my squad, I'm always he has my back and I have his. Why won't I have it anywhere else?
Especially when you see it. Because there comes a point
Right.
where any good team, I kind of I get a feel on how you move. Like in the time we've been in this situation, I've learned how Icon moves.
And vice versa. Right.
You know, I know what time he's going to try to get up about. I know what time he's going to try to, get his eyes open. I know how long it's going to take him before he gets functional. Because he got a certain amount of warm up time where you go to the phone and figure out what he's going to wear. And, right. As all old soldiers do, take a little time to warm up the blood, get our mental straight. But I also know that he got his eyes on the prize of where he want to be. I know what moves he's made, but the fun part about knowing him is I also know the downfalls he's had because I've had the same. So when we had those conversations, it was like, yeah, me too. But that only comes from men. I won't necessarily say soldiers because there comes a time where
Right.
we're not talking about military. We're just talking about as men in a village. If two
Like
men
an
in a
old
village
box
talk
Chevy.
long enough, we come to the conclusion that they should stay in the village.
Right.
They say certain things where you kind of go, damn, I really wish he had said that.
Yeah.
Right.
But I'm
He
glad
had
he
me up
did.
until that point.
Yeah.
Now that he said it, it's let me know that maybe I might have to talk to the other brothers in the village and let this brother lead. When I talk to a brother and he say things about everything about self, myself, me, things I want, things I need, me, that tells you when it comes time for make a choice, it will never be us.
Mm.
He's not coming to save us.
Mm.
Because he's always talking about saving him. If he's talking about his dreams, his likes, his loves, his needs, his peace, his hope, that means he'll sell us out to have it.
Quickly.
Because in any real story, when a man focuses on only him, that tells you when it comes down to us and him, it's always going to be him. That means he's not conclusive to the village. That don't mean I have any shame for who he is, because certain people need to be out there chasing just their dream. And I ain't got no problem with that. The problem is, don't take me on for the ride to get you almost to the finish line,
And then drop.
jettison the rest of us.
Right.
Don't use the village to get you to almost the goal line,
Catapult.
and then get the fucking touchdown, and then go, look at all I've done,
Right.
dude. There was a whole village behind you.
You use the resources of the village.
Correct.
Now you got
the
your
energy
touchdown.
to support
You want to sit there and
the
talk
village.
about how great your life is. You forgot about the village who carried you to the fucking goal line.
That was the village touchdown, not the
Right.
individual touchdown.
Right.
But see, some people miss the fact of how great the village touchdown is. When you're in the military, it's great because we keep talking about team, sacrifice. There are codes of honor in that. I'm not leaving you behind. That means if I see the goal line, I'm dragging you across with me.
Right. Period.
That means if I can't get the goal, I guess we ain't getting this goal today.
And I guess the issue is we understand it.
But see,
There's
when
nothing
you
else to
when
talk
you
about.
vet your crew right at 40 plus versus 20 plus, there are keywords you should be hearing.
It shouldn't be at that particular time when you in the fight. We go, why'd you do that?
There should be somewhere during the
I'm
situation.
sorry for saying it, but we ain't having this conversation now.
Right.
Dude, my energy low. I don't think I can be able
Bro,
to do
do you
this
hear
next
these
week.
bullets?
I got you covered. I'm
Okay,
going
we
through a
gonna
lot
get
of
out of
drama
here.
right now, but
Right.
I'm going through this breakup.
Right.
We got you covered. What you need from us? You just need somewhere to vet, somewhere to talk to. You need somewhere to lay your head for a few days until you figure it out. That's when the village becomes the strongest.
What?
Because then it becomes intertwined. That means
So-
not one of us is carrying the brunt weight of all of it. Because guess what? That breakup's a lot less when you got a couple brothers go, yeah, true that. Me too. I hear you. What you need? So
What happens when the village goes on the other side?
I see. Here's my, and you know what?
Go ahead, bro.
Yeah, Speed will get me for that later.
What happens if the village instead of the village rallying behind you, the village actually coordinates with itself,
Whew.
You know what?
and then you are the one who's cast out.
I'm deeply hurt by that because I mean we talked on this a little bit, and I don't want you to ever think that
You know we're gonna talk
I'm
offline.
just-
When-
I'm
when
just
this-
saying.
when-
we had that.
when this
I had
back-
that. I had that. After you said that, and I drove off. I was tragically upset with that because I remember when I was the golden boy of a family.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I was dating the daughter. They looked at everywhere we went. They made sure they put out my military service first. They explained why the black guy was dating their daughter. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, oh, you were this, oh, you were that. You did how many tours? Just to justify why I am dating their daughter.
Yeah, right.
Daughter cheats, daughter gets caught. Daughter is known to cheat by parents. So all the dirt she's done, the parents understood that was their daughter. So when the cops came to cuff me, it was like, how did I become the bad guy? Ain't nobody on my side now? I mean, I paid the mortgage. I did everything right. I'm the golden boy. Y'all been using me to explain the athletic black guy dating your Caucasian daughter the whole time. All of a sudden now she got caught cheating yet again. This ain't the first time. We talking about literally the fourth, fifth time she's been caught cheating.
I wish I had known. I ain't gonna lie.
I became the bad guy. I had no allies.
Mm-hmm.
Couldn't figure out why all of a sudden I'm the bad guy. And I let that play in my head right there, that conversation you had. Man, it irked me, knowing it. Thinking to myself, I didn't do anything wrong. I've been stellar in this fucking relationship.
Right.
Matter of fact, all the guys she's dated has been abusive. They ain't got no money, unemployed. They fat, out of shape. They brought home the older black guy. And y'all was real quick to say, yeah, he's a veteran, and how many tours he did.
You know what's
87. They threw my whole resume out.
I did,
At
squad,
every
I did.
meeting, they threw out my resume. There was no one they didn't introduce me to without the resume. It wasn't just say, this is just Tone.
Right.
That's what justified your position.
Right.
Right.
That's
Why was your
that was
daughter
the
dating
conversation at the beginning.
That
of
was the
night.
caveat.
Why are you
Yeah.
dating the large black man? Oh, ain't Army Ranger. I ain't Second Airborne. I also went to Captain School. I'm like, damn.
To
every
somebody
time-
working at now, I'm not knocking acting, but if
Not even.
that's the pinnacle of what you've achieved in life and you 50, well, I got to run down my resume.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So when all of a sudden I became the enemy, and she done called the job on the recorded line to get me fired. Luckily, just so lucky that the boss of the situation, my boss at the time, got the call himself and made sure he derailed it so it didn't instantly take me out of a job. So what happens when the village you thought was yours turns against you for the person who played you? Here's my answer. And since I don't know the whole story, you got to give me a certain amount of leeway.
For sure.
But I don't know the whole story.
For sure.
And that's not against you nor for you.
No.
That's me being neutral.
It's just being neutral. I mean, my guess would be you were the enemy in the beginning, from the first place. So,
Someone played their hand,
okay, right, okay.
waiting to find out if you were going to be the golden ticket. And then they didn't. Then they played long enough to realize to them in their time that you weren't.
How about that?
And sometimes when people perceive you to be the golden ticket, they don't see the timeline you see. I might see that I'll be the golden ticket in 6 years. They see I should have been the golden ticket in 6 months. They tend to want to hook their horse to the next golden ticket up. Because I think a lot of people try to date their way into
Success?
I have a different answer.
Oh, well, I
Grenade-
got all the way.
grenade-
You all right? You need some coffee?
No, because what he's
You
saying
drool.
makes total sense.
Oh, Jack.
Drooling. Shut up.
I went the opposite way.
Michael Jackson.
The best way I can compare it is Malcolm and Martin.
Okay.
He did the Martin route.
Mm-hmm.
I went the
Surprising.
Malcolm route. I wouldn't mind about it. So
Okay.
she's like, you know what? You obviously saw something you weren't willing to do. Did it hurt me?
I'm so
Yes.
check on you.
Yes.
You know,
So I tell you what, I'm
sure
gonna
you are.
remove myself. But damn it, next budget, I'm gonna be all y'all myself.
And see, what I was
And I
gonna
put
say.
extra pressure on me. I will admit that. I put extra pressure on me. But I would never let nobody inside that door.
And
Yeah,
see,
put around.
what I was
Right.
gonna say is,
Never.
I don't believe in coincidences.
Right.
Oh, if I hear that phrase one more time, everything happens for a reason.
That
I'm a
your-
freak out.
That your tribe will find you. What year is it?
26.
2026.
Okay.
2000,
And you just walk-
2006, 2007. Yeah.
And you just walked through my door?
Mm-hmm. Almost 20 years. Or right around 20
Yeah.
years.
He was supposed to walk through the door a couple weeks ago, but he done.
And not knowing,
Right.
because I ain't click on, I'm just up here talking.
Mm-hmm.
Not knowing, because he don't remember names.
Yeah.
So it's not like he said, oh, so-and-so. Oh, for such a time as this.
Mm.
Okay, you had to go walk through the wilderness. I have to leave this, okay, because y'all clearly are not my tribe. I was in a village that was not my tribe. Cool. And you just walked through the door.
Yo, smoking ash.
Yo.
As we slide into
12:52.
the, we really ran it out.
Yeah, we good.
So
It
look,
didn't even feel like
Man,
it.
I'm
three hours
gonna
joining in the
yo,
middle.
It's been a
right.
long time.
I'm gonna pull the plug on this because it's only fair.
Yeah.
Everybody who watched as long as they could. We appreciate
We
y'all.
appreciate
That
it.
part.
So this is the end of Smoking Ash at 12:52.
Now listen,
I'm
Happy
Horny
Mammy Day.
Joe.
I'm your girl E.L. Berkeley. Please join us for the birthday shenanigans on May 30th.
May 30th.
I mean, when I say join us, like come down.
Yeah.
You come
like
down.
Yeah.
There will be burgers, hot dogs. The slushy machine will be at maximum performance.
Bring something. Don't bring empty-handed.
Don't come empty-handed. You may bring all the Jack Daniels, honey, you can
Yeah,
carry.
you know what?
I will drink it.
I'm so mad.
Love-
You got him up.
Love you, Susan.
Shameless plug.
Love you,
but
Sue.
Plug nonetheless.
Shameless plug.
Grab
our
some ribs,
new
grab some burgers.
My man.
personality.
Yeah,
On the
man.
ribs tip right there.
Incognito. 215 will now be a
Bring your
permanent
crabs. I'll do that.
part of the
Yeah,
squad.
Incognito 215 really has.
If he chooses,
Yeah, Incognito
if he
215.
chooses to sit at the table, there's a seat for him because his resume
He's always had a seat.
somehow seems
This
to
is
have-
crazy.
They got depth.
It's
Like
just-
being the general manager of Toys R Us.
This is crazy.
And
You know-
the project manager of
Spirit Airlines.
Yo, Squad, let me be clear, it's always a gift to have you on. Susie, the most loyalist person in the game, we always appreciate you.
Yeah.
This show is not anything until you plug in, so we thank you for plugging in. I'm Horny Tone, hanging out with DJ Speed Rocket Conglomerate, E.L. Berkeley sliding off. Icon always doing iconic shit up until you gotta take a nap.
You know, it's all good.
Incognito is in the house.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Incognito 215.
already bring the vibes. feel
And
the
tonight,
vibes, feel
I
the
would like to
vibes.
say Happy Mother's Day and good night.
Happy
Good night,
Mammy
good night,
Day.
good night.
We out.
What?
Woo, woo.